Can everybody hear me? Like, all right. What's up, Ken? Thanks, buddy. Had to make sure this microphone thing was working right. Unfortunately, I have to do this on my cell phone, and I'm blind as hell. So if I back up way over there to open up boxes, I can't read the chat. So just keep that in mind. If I miss any questions or comments or anything, that's why, because I have to get right up here to read. So get used to looking at all this. Thanks, Bill. Hey, Andy, Nick, glad you guys could make it. I know this was kind of a spontaneous, quick thing, just sitting here. We got like 4 to 9 inches of snow coming in about 3 hours. So I had this big wad of boxes back here to open for the ST. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It's a custom tin set. It's custom painted by Advanblack, and basically, I'm going to do install videos on all this stuff, but it is the whole shot kit. So it's basically the same kit that's on the bike right now with the shorty bags and the side covers and the cut tank. I already have videos on a lot of this stuff. Well, actually all of it. So including inner fairings, which we won't be changing on this bike just because it's a vivid black inner fairing already came on the ST. So, but we will do an install video on the whole thing. Probably the rear fender, front fender, of course the tank. I do have a tank swap over video on the Advanblack YouTube channel where I show you how to take all the guts out of the tank and then put it back in. It's really easy on the touring models. And then we also have 2 videos coming out with the whole shot tank, and it's got the cutouts in it for the soft tails. So I've got 2 big boxes over there for that to do as well. And I know we've taken, good to see you too, Tom, Nick. So glad everybody could jump in here today with this last minute little during the day live. So basically, yeah, I got up with them and said, hey, let's do a custom tin set for the Roadglide ST. Let's make it a little bit more performance baggery looking, I guess, if that's a word. So we came up with a subtle design. It's not super crazy, but it looks pretty cool. I've only seen pictures of it. Like I said, we're unboxing it today, so it'll be the first time for me seeing it out of the box, but also give you the opportunity to see how things come packaged from Advanblack. Super well packed, you know. Of course, we can't control everything that happens once we hand that off to UPS, FedEx, or the post office, and we all know how that goes. We're pretty sure that half the stuff gets drop kicked before it goes from the truck to your door. So they package it really well, but you know, sometimes, you know, hey, shit happens. So, but the cool part about that is Advanblack takes care of it if it does. So, so it looks like we got probably about 45 people in the room. That's might be probably all we're going to get in the middle of the day with a last minute live. So I'll start getting some boxes up here and we'll start seeing what this tin set looks like. And bear with me for you guys that just jumped in at the beginning of this. I did say if I'm way back over here unboxing stuff, I can't read the screen because I'm just old and blind. So I got to be right up here to read it. What's up, brother? Military bikers in the room. Good to see you, man. Hope I get to see you down in Daytona. We are going to be down there. We're going to be down there the first weekend. We haven't done Daytona in a couple of years just because of work and stuff, but we are going this year I think we'll be there Friday night and then Saturday and Sunday, and we'll probably be heading out either Sunday night or Monday morning. So we'll be there that first weekend, and that's really about all we're going to be able to make it for this year. But hopefully get to see and meet some of you guys down there. Yeah, it does happen in your 30s. You're reading glasses for a long time, and I just have to keep buying stronger ones too. So hello from Germany. Good to see you, James. But like I said, if I'm over here unboxing, I can't read the screen, so just bear with me. And as I unbox some parts, I'll kind of talk about them, and then I'll come back over here closer and look at it and see if there's any questions or stuff before we move on to the next box. But and I'm not even sure, like, I'm not sure what's in every box, so we're just gonna wing it here. I did start to open this one earlier, and I thought, hey, this would be a good opportunity to do a live. So I just cut it open, basically. Don't even know what's in it. So we'll go through it. You'll see how everything comes if you're interested. Some Advanblack stuff. Looks like we got a lid there. And I think we're gonna have a lot of cardboard and a lot of foam when we get done with this. So we got a second lid here. What else we got down in here? It's like fairing skirts, which, man, we'll get to that in just a second. The lids, like I said, the lids on this custom paint job, we didn't do anything with the lids, so it's no different than the vivid black lids that are on here. So I'm just gonna skip these lids for now. They're just vivid black lids, but just to show you that we do offer full body swap kits. So if you're starting with a red bike and you want to do a 10 set like this, we offer everything from front to rear, so you can change the whole color of the bike. We did the 14 Street Glide, I don't know, probably 3 years ago. We changed it from charcoal pearl over to Zephyr blue with all Advanblack parts, so that was pretty cool. So we got that's going to be fairing, spoiler, and oil cooler. So get this unboxed. I don't know if there's anything on the oil cooler. I think there is on the fairing skirts, but when you're opening up your Advanblack parts, don't be a loose cannon like me and just start slashing into your tape and end up scratching your paint. But yeah, just oil cooler cover. So that's for the fairing skirt. I'm gonna try to wrap this stuff back up as best as I can until we get this installed. Start seeing some of the design on one of the spoilers, which I'll get open here. So yep, we're starting to see some of the design right there. We did pick a red, of course, vivid black, and then red that matches our ProTech engine guards and sliders, and then a white line just to add some contrast to it, and of course a copper or bronze line at the bottom of that. So the bronze is going to tie in the bronze that's already on the ST, which I thought was a great idea, because at first I was going to like take all this bronze stuff off the bike and get it powder coated. So for me, just simply adding in a bronze line into the design made more sense. So we'll kind of tie in the bronze with the rest of the bike. So I'm not going to unwrap the other one. It's exactly the same as this, because we've got quite a bit of parts to do. So we can get those out of the way. No idea what's in this. Oh, didn't get that cut. Like we got probably both of the saddlebags here. So once again, I'll just do one of them. I'll go over here and see if we got any questions or comments on that first one there. Yeah, you're right, man. They wrap everything really good, dude. Like I said, we can't control everything after it's been shipped out, but they generally really do a really good job of packaging everything. So this should give us a little bit better idea on the design we went with. So here we've got one of the side covers. And here we have the saddlebag. So this is going to be more of that red, white, and that bronze. I don't know if you can see it. I'm maybe back too far, but just got a thin bronze line going around, and then of course in the back. So that's going to be part of it. Stay. We got the whole shot side cover to match it as well. So like I said, it basically is just this setup back here, but just custom painted. So it's kind of what we are kind of trying to gauge or feel out. We do some custom paint jobs for the baggers, but haven't really done anything for the performance baggers. And this is just kind of a design that I came up with working with the painters at Advanblack. I thought it was pretty cool, and we just kind of went through and picked out some colors and tried to make it work with this bike back here. And so far, like as soon as I seen the pictures, I was fairly happy with it. It's not super crazy, but I think it's going to be a clean install once we get everything done. Don't want to scratch any of this stuff, especially because it's vivid black. We all know how vivid black is. You can sneeze on vivid black when it scratches the damn paint. So we got to be super careful with this stuff until we get it installed. So we'll get that out of the way. Got any questions or anything? Black and red. Yeah, I thought the black and red was going to look good. I'm just going to scroll through the comments real quick, see if I miss anything. The Beard, what's up, brother? Hopefully I get to see you in Daytona as well, dude. We'll be there that first weekend. I think you may have just jumped in, but so this paint scheme doesn't have a name yet because it was just a custom kit or custom scheme that I came up with. Like I said, working with the painter. So this one's not named, but if you guys like this, you know, after this video and after we get the video installed of the installation or get it uploaded of the installation, we'll kind of judge everybody's, you know, see how they feel on this style paint job and come up with probably a couple more so everybody doesn't have the same bike, or maybe, you know, you could change the colors if you wanted to as well too. So yeah, but it's not named yet, but we'll work on it. If you got any name suggestions, by all means, leave in the comments, because I normally am the one that gets stuck with naming everything from Advanblack, and it kind of sucks sometimes. Sometimes I can just come up with a name for something that's pretty cool. It's not been used by any other company, and but a lot of times with the paint jobs, it's like I'm just lost. I don't know what to call it. So this one feels, oh Lord mercy, heavy. All right, oh, there's my knife. This is what I mean. This is the shit that I'm talking about. From, like, we don't ship it out like that, but that's how it showed up. So thank you, FedEx, or yeah, it was FedEx that delivered this actually. So that's, you know, that's why they have to package the stuff so tight, because stuff like this happens, and we obviously can't control that. So we just try to pack it the best we can. Yeah, this is going to be probably the fuel tank. Yeah. So there's an all metal fuel tank. It's not covers. Oh, good Lord. Let me get that out of the way. Now, like I said, I already have a video. Unfortunately, it was on, well, not unfortunately, but it is on the Advanblack YouTube channel. So I'm going to do one on the Sikbagger YouTube channel this time, swapping over the guts from, you know, your fuel pump and your all the fuel level, sender, all that stuff, taking it out of the tank and putting it in a new one. So we'll have a couple of videos on it by the time we're done. And it's really not hard at all. And I mean, I've got pretty big hands, and I was able to get in here pretty easy to get this stuff out. It's just a matter of kind of twisting stuff and getting it in there correctly. But inside the tanks, there's lots of clips that all this stuff just kind of slides into. So it's really, you really can't mess it up. It's just a matter of, like I said, kind of twisting everything and getting it out. So that's the tank. And as you can see, that's the whole shot tank. So it's got the notches out on the side right here. You don't lose that much fuel on that. You're going to lose maybe about, I'd say when we measured it, it was a little less than a quarter of a tank that you're losing by getting a tank that's notched out like that. So I mean, you know, if you're pushing it that much, getting to the next gas station, then, you know, just remember that you got a quarter of a tank less than you had before, if you want a cool looking tank. So it's just part of it. Welcome to the world of customizing your Harley. I have to tell people that quite a bit. It's give and take. So there's the tank, and this will look a lot better, you know, I guess once we have it, everything installed on the bike. You know, all the paint scheme will kind of run together a lot better than just seeing each individual piece. Now, if I can get this bad boy back in that box. Bear with me. I probably sound like I'm out of breath already because, you know, I'm fat and I smoke. So there's that. Don't judge me. All right, get that out of the way. Yeah, let's just see what's in a smaller box. Gonna be the front fender. And what you're not seeing is all the additional foam that's down in this box. So they pad the corners and the edges with these big pieces of foam too. So it's not just like this part's just laying on cardboard in there. It's all padded really well. I can't even remember if I think we did something to the front fender. Yeah, been a while since I've seen the pictures. Yeah, we did. So, little shorty wrapper front fender. So that'll go, of course, with the paint scheme as well. Pretty cool. Heavy one-piece metal fender, coated on the inside. You know, it's nice. Sometimes you work with a lot of ABS parts, and you know, ABS is what comes on your bike. All this stuff, all this plastic stuff. But it's kind of cool. It's different for us to start getting into more metal parts, like the metal fenders and the metal tanks and stuff like that. It's a whole new world for us, and so far it's been working out really good. I like the products. Yeah. Let me just hope whatever's in this box is in good shape. That's a little bit beat up too. Well, scared myself earlier for a second. Thought I was gonna cut something I shouldn't cut. Sometimes I just gotta slow down and remember what the hell I'm doing. Rear fender on this one. This is gonna be easier to leave the foam in here. Plus, you get parts from Advanblack. It's always good. I get a lot of calls especially in the wintertime. You know, the calls that I get, I shouldn't say a lot of calls, but I get them every now and again where somebody will order parts and they, you know, they get them. It's the middle of winter. They're not riding their bike. They store them in the closet or whatever, spare bedroom. It gets closer to riding season, which is 2-3 months later. Then they get the parts out and they're pulling them out and inspecting them for the first time. And, you know, then you might find an issue or a paint flaw or something. And then you call and you have like 14 days to inspect the parts. So keep that in mind. They've been pretty cool about dealing with stuff like that as far as I can tell, but just keep it in mind that when you get your parts, go ahead and open it and inspect everything. And then if there is an issue with something, you've got time to get it taken care of. And you know, they've always taken care of things that I've issues that I've dealt with. So but just remember that. So this is the rear fender. Man, it's get out of there, dude. Thing's heavy. So this is the whole shot rear fender. I'll set that gently down there. So that's the shorty rear fender that has the metal frame that comes off the side on both sides and has the curved plate that's kind of hovers over the fender, which is pretty cool. I'm sure that's what's all in here. It comes with tail lights, everything. So if you get the whole shot rear end kit, you will get everything: license plate, frame, tail lights, all that stuff to get this stuff installed. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I already have videos of it on the Advanblack YouTube channel, but we're going to redo it again on our channel. Get that in there. Try to keep this stuff together. And from what we have over there is an inner and outer fairing. That's what we have left. Hopefully I'll grab the outer fairing. Let me get a drink and catch up on comments. The beer's the Fat Guys Unite. Hell yeah, bro. Let's see. Yeah, the hexagon lighting, this stuff is getting a lot cheaper than it used to be. That original set that my wife got me, man, it was probably 3 years ago. And that, I can't remember how big that one is. It's, I think 8 foot by 16 foot. It's pretty big. That set was around $400 when they first came out. And now you can get these sets for, man, it's ridiculous, like $150 on Amazon. So we have a set here and a set next to that. And then when we expanded the garage, of course, I bought another set over there. If you think that you're going to need more than one, it's best to just go ahead and order more than one at one time. You're going to find out real quick, they all say that they're like 6,500 bright white, or 6,500 Kelvin, 6,500 K bright white. And then you get them at different times, and people's opinion of what 6,500 K bright white is different. So we do have that set and that set aren't perfectly the same, but that one and the one over there are dead. They're dead close. So, but those two have just a slightly different color on them, but it doesn't pick up in the camera or anything. So not a big deal. But if you think you're going to need more than one set, just go ahead and get them. That way they match. And that's crazy because those two sets were ordered from the same company, and when they came in, two different colors. So let's get this, and hopefully this is the outer, because the inner is just a vivid black inner. quick feel seal. Yeah, I think it's the outer. Yeah, so you'll get that little card on there. These little cards in here that have the email, and you go to the website. If you have any issues or anything like that, make sure to call one of us. You can call me on the tech line on Advanblack, or you can get a hold of sales or email that info@advanblack.com. And like you always get a pack of cool toolbox stickers with every box as well. We all like toolbox stickers. This is the card that says stop and you have 14 days to inspect your items. So that's what I was talking about a while ago. Ooh, good Lord. All right, let's do this the hard way. There we go. Oh yeah, put my knife up. This will be pretty much the final piece on this setup, and later on I'll lay everything out on a blanket and take a picture of it and post it up. But right now I just want to kind of show you how everything comes in, kick around the idea of doing custom painted parts like these versus the ones for like just your normal baggers and your stretch tanks and all that good stuff, right? So it's just a little different. It's the outer fairing for it. So everything's going to tie together nice, I think. Get a little side shot of it. So I may go ahead and we do have some red. Like I said, some of this dark red already on the bike. We've got the Advanblack Attack headlight that is that red color. Our sliders, and I think we have some mirrors coming that may or may not be from Advanblack. Maybe. But I do have some mirrors coming for it that are that color red. So I think it's going to all tie together real nice at the end of the day. And get this bike if you've noticed, or if you've watched our channel in the past, you'll notice that I've never owned a Vivid Black bike. Nothing wrong with Vivid Black. Scratches way too easy, shows too much. When you own several different bikes and you're having to clean all these different bikes, dealing with a Vivid Black bike is not something that I'm interested in doing. The bikes that I do get in here, some of the local guys that bring me their bikes for detailing and stuff like that, every time I see a Vivid Black bike, I just cringe, because I know, get out the polisher, because that's what it's going to need. So Idaho Easy Glide, what's up, man? It's still supposed to be getting something today. I think it's today. If it gets here before the big snowstorm gets us, because after tonight, I don't think anything's going to be getting to us. Let me pull up a chair since I already got all that stuff unpacked. I appreciate it, Trillionaire. That's so yeah, the paint job on that was just something that we just kind of kicked around for a few days. Sent some sample drawings, pictures, drawing inspiration from other things. Not copying, drawing inspiration, color wise. So it was kind of cool. I thought the layout was pretty neat. And so, yeah, so we'll be spending the majority of the time at the Advanblack tent when we're in Daytona. Of course, I'm sure me and the wife will split off and go see some of our other sponsors. We have Zero, and we always like to go down to Zero 3D and check out their new stuff. And they've got a lot of new stuff coming out for the new 24 bikes. And I'm already in line to get those parts, to get them installed. They're just, they have very few right now. So they're going to be taking those to Daytona. So anybody going to Daytona is interested in new lighting for the 24s, 23 CVOs, 24, 25s. All that lighting had to be redone. So they'll have a lot of new stuff down there at Zero, so make sure to check out that. We'll also always try to go visit Tab Performance, because those guys have been awesome for years now. We've been working with Tab. Great guys. Trying to think who else. Figurati Designs. We'll always go by and see him. He's just another good old boy, trying to make it out there in the Harley world, and he's doing an amazing job. So we want to make sure to stop by and see him. We're not even actually taking a bike this year. It was kind of a last minute decision to go. So we're just going to drive the truck down and stay for a few days and get back up here and get back to work. Tom, just had my Harley upgraded to SS110 big bore kit. JB Cycles in Texas did a great job. That's awesome, dude. The 110 big bore kit's good. It's a good build. I'm not sure how much of a lag or a thing has here on it. I probably should have just left one of the parts up there, so if anybody comes in later. But yeah, that's it's going to be the kit. So, you know, if it's if you guys are interested in, you know, Advanblack doing any kind of like crazy kits like that, you know, yeah, no kidding, dude. Like, you know, the guys from Bags and Brews, feel like we've known each other for 5-6 years and have never got to meet. We always miss each other at all these rallies. So if anybody has any questions on any of the Advan stuff or fitment, one thing I did want to touch on fitment, because I'm getting a lot of calls on it. I don't know how many people in here already have the 23 CVO 24 25 model. The thing is, with the bike, they changed a lot of stuff cosmetically, of course, but the frame didn't change, and that's all that matters when you're talking about putting these kits on here. So like the 24 over there, when you take the bags and the lids and all that stuff off, that's new, the new shape, you're back down to what we had last year. So you can literally put the stretch bags. We have combo kits on Advanblack already set up. If you want to do like the Bagger Boss kit, which is the fiberglass down and out kit, or if you want to do the 4.5-inch stretch bags, if you want to do the whole shot stuff, we already have kits already designed on the website for those bikes. So make sure that you get everything that you need to get them installed. So it includes the lids and the hardware, because your new lids, of course, won't transfer to the older bags, but these older bags will fit the newer bikes. And, you know, it's a new model and a new look, and a lot of people, including myself, were not. I do kind of like the bags. I don't care for the fender, the rear fender on the bike. So it was kind of nice to be able to have an option to get a stretched rear fender on there, and everything fits up. So that's one of the questions I have been getting quite a bit of calls on, is will the older stuff fit the newer bikes? And it absolutely will. So just sorry for my hand being up here on the phone. I'm just trying to scroll through the comments, make sure we're not missing anything. So we do have quite a bit of new stuff coming out, especially for the 24s and newers. That all's in the works right now. The sikbaggers seat, of course, it's on here. That's our signature seat that we did with Advanblack. It sells really well. It's a great looking, comfortable seat. I know I'm biased, but had that seat on the bike for several months before we actually put it into production, so I could make sure that it rode good as well. I don't want my name on something that doesn't ride good. So great seat. All right, brother man, I will see you in Daytona next weekend. It's coming up. It's coming up so quick. Got to get everything done here and get ready. So yes, so I talked to him about doing that seat for the 24 and up, because it is different. It does mount different. The front of it, the front nose piece and the seat pan is different. So we did talk about doing that, and they did agree to do the sikbagger seat in the 24 and up, and possibly maybe for the soft tails. I'm not sure. I did kicking around. For the older models, Ken, like this seat will fit down to Holy crap. I think the '09, so '08 and older, it won't fit, because the bike, '08 and older bikes are shorter and thinner. And I don't know that they'll do one for anything older than that. Probably just this one that'll fit the '09 and newer, and then the new seat for the 24 and up. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Boone, good to see you. Yeah, and it's just, I get questions every now and again, and I'm assuming, Ken, when you said older models, like the '08 and older is what you meant. I do get a lot of calls, not a lot of calls, but we do get calls on the older, like, why won't this fender fit that? And the bags will fit, but the fender won't. And it's just a matter of making a whole huge production of seat pans just to really only kind of sell a few, and it would be the same kind of for like the bags and the fender. It's a whole big production when you make big parts like this, and there's a ton of time and money involved in it. And just from a business standpoint, it's hard to commit to that when you're really only going to sell a few pieces. So there are other companies that out there. They're not painted parts by any means. You're not going to get pre-painted stuff for the '08 and older. So the frame change was in '08 to '09. '09 being the newer frame, and they carried that frame all the way up to 23. 24s. They still have the same frame. So yeah, it's just, there are companies out there you can get like the stretch bags and stretch side covers and stuff like that. It just won't be painted. You'll have to do, and they're fiberglass, so you'll have to do some work and find you a good body man if you're not good at that stuff. I'm horrible at that stuff. I will try it, but I am not good at doing it. If I had to body work something and paint it for a living, I would starve. Jim, couldn't find professional help quick, looking to swap a 21-inch front wheel on my 17 Road King. Is there anything I should look out for, and what size bearings? No, so the bearings, the bearings would stay the same. You're just, on a 17, you just go into a 21. You don't have to do anything. You just order that wheel for a 21, and if it's a reputable wheel company, it'll come with the bearings that you need. If not, I don't have the manual out right now to tell you what size it is, but if you shoot me a message, you can email me, and I can get back to you on the right size bearings if you're not getting bearings with your wheel. But doing a 21, you don't need to do anything. You will have to either raise your front fender. If you want to run a stock fender with a 21, you have to raise it with fender risers, or you have to get a 21-inch wrap fender. So those are your two options. You can run your stock one. You're just going to have to raise it up, and they have those. I mean, hell, you can get them on Amazon, chrome, black, just 1-inch fender risers. You got to lift that front fender up, and that's it. 13 and older, you could just waller out the holes and scooch it back a little bit, and it would work. But with the 14 and newer front fenders, you're going to have to raise it up. And I can get back to you for sure on the bearing size. No, my seat is not it's not a tall boy seat. It's a neutral riding position. So pretty much where you were sitting on your stock seat, I guess, is like what we call a neutral riding position. It doesn't move you back, doesn't move you forward. It's just right in the same place your stock one was. Thanks for coming, Michael. Appreciate it, man. So Axeman, yeah, so I don't have a price on all this stuff because this was just a set that we designed, and we want to get it on the bike and then kind of get feedback on it. and then we'll have you can kind of get an idea for it, I guess, if you jump over to Advanblack. We already have bundle deals over there, complete color swap bundle deals, and there's several custom paint jobs. Not the whole shot stuff, but like the stretch bags and all that. You can kind of see, you can look at those bundle deals and kind of get an idea of what you're going to be into for a color swap like this. But also bear in mind, like with this bike, like at the beginning of this video when I was talking about the, you know, I got vivid black lids, but this bike already has vivid black lids. I got, what else was there? There were the lids and something else. It's not, oh, the inner fairing. So the inner fairing was already vivid black on the ST. So I won't need that either. Tim, Sweet Tea, Black Diamond Harley Davidson, thank you for stopping in, brother. Good to see you. And as soon as this snow melts that we're getting ready to get tonight, I still need to get your Softail over here. Both of your Softails. Got two big, huge boxes over there for you that have that cutout tank for your Softail, man. But 4 to 9 inches of snow coming in the next few hours. So what are you going to do? Justin, so side pipe with the Bagger Boss kit. So, trying to remember, like my pipe on mine's, it's pretty close. It's not super close. Depends on how close you're talking. I mean, you don't want it, you know, 1/16 of an inch, because I mean that side pipe gets really hot, and that can, you know, boil the paint over time. You take a big long ride on it. Let's see. Just wondering where you'll be hanging out. Oh yeah, so V-Man will be at the Advanblack tent for most of the time while we're in Daytona, but we'll also be stopping by the Zero tent to check that stuff out, the Tab Performance tent, Figurati Designs. I don't have specific times that I'm going to those tents, but I mean, we always try to swing by, you know, Trask, anybody that's, you know, helped us in the past with parts in our channel, and just people we've became great friends with over the years. We always try to stop by their booths and, you know, see if there's anything new. Like I said before, Cyril's got a bunch of new stuff coming out, so we'll be getting up with them to go down and see it, and then hopefully right after Daytona we'll actually be getting the new Cyril parts in here, so we can do some install videos. Buddy, I wanted to move to Florida too, and then we actually talked about when we retired moving down there. My wife's parents live in Florida, so we talked about doing that, and then it was like, okay, well, like a lot of our family is still right here. I mean, I've got grandkids, I got daughters, my son's still here, he's in college, and I thought, well, we'll end up just staying right here. And so we put in a pool, and I bought fake big ass dumb palm trees and put back there. So I brought Florida to the backyard because I couldn't have it in Florida. So we still got the shitty weather though. So if you ever want to see big huge palm trees with the foot of snow hanging off of them, this is a place to. Tim said, yeah, he did. I did too. My wife said, you're not buying those, they're too expensive. And I said, okay. And I bought them. Tried to fit 24 side covers, 23 seat. Trimming can make it work. I'm trying to understand. Okay, tried 24 side covers with a 23C. So you want the 24 side covers on a 23 and older bike? I guess I'd have to get some clarification on that. So Advanblack does have two-tone paint sets, but they are not. It's in the bundle, right? So it's you can't buy, like, if you just wanted the two-tone bags that already matches your two-tone bike. They do not offer that, unfortunately. What they do offer in two-tone is like the whole bundle set, and it's not exactly on to, you know, your stock bike. So that's why they offer it in a bundle, because it's not exact to the two-tone that you're seeing on, you know, OEM. So it's not like they do it and then we just won't sell you the bags. It's different. So that's why they do a whole bundle on it. Okay, yes. So I have not tried to put the 24 side covers on a 23 and older, and I have a 24 over there, and I can do that. I can pop that off later today and try to stick it on this bike over here. This is a 22, so I'm going to put it on here and see if that works, or what would need to be done to make that work. Uh, 85 degrees, yeah. So it's, I think earlier it was 14, feels like 2 here in Southern Illinois. And at 4 o'clock, we're supposed to just get freaking slammed. They're talking 4 to 9 inches of snow. So we're right in between that band of 4 to 9, and I think it was like 6 to 10. We're right in that middle of that band, so we'll see. I did get a pretty cool Christmas present this year. Got a Honda 4-Trax and put a snow plow on it. And we don't usually get that much snow here in Southern Illinois. We used to. When I was growing up, we used to get slammed. And, you know, now we just don't get that much. And then I swear we had a storm coming about a month ago that was supposed to drop 5 to 6 inches. And I had ordered the plow and the winch and all that. And I brought it in here, put the four-wheeler on the lift, and got it put on the night before that snow hit. And, man, it was nice. I did my driveway, the neighbor's driveway, pretty long driveways, and then I was just mad because I ran out of shit to plow. So, like, then I just took the winch off and started tearing up the yard. So that was fun. But now we got another 4 to 9 inches. That's crazy. But I'll have something to do in the morning for sure. So Chris is wanting the Chop Tour Pack and the extended bags. Yeah, so that's a good look. We've got one Chop Tour Pack, and then we have all razors and a king, and then we also have of course stretch bags on pretty much everything. No, I think we're stuck in Illinois for a while, man. Sorry. We do get down that way at least probably twice a year to visit my wife's parents, but they're over on the East Coast. A couple hours south of a couple hours south of Daytona. So yeah, we get down there to visit, but then we have to come back up here to this BS every year. So we got Vicla in here. Maybe one of my subscribers that I got from doing the Softail build, which was really cool. What's up, Don? Do the wheels come with the kit for the crash bars? Bruce, I'm not sure what you're asking about. Do the wheels come with the kit for the crash? Are you talking about the sliders on the end of the crash bars? Yeah, so our ProTech engine guards, if you go to the website and you look at those, you'll have drop-down menus to choose if you want Delrin. Yeah, the sliders. Okay. Threw me off for a second. I thought you were talking about wheels, like wheels and tires. I was like, what? Yeah, so you use the drop-down menu on there to select the different, I think there's 4 different colors, and we do by the way, have more colors coming out. The sliders seem to be super popular, so they do have more colors coming out. We have the solid colors, and then we have the carbon fiber inlay colors, and then just your basic black Delrin slider. So those would be all aluminum, but we do have Delrin if you want the plastic stuff. But you just use the drop down menu. I think depending on which one you select, it changes the price, because I think the carbon ones maybe more than the solid ones. And right offhand, man, I don't know the price on the difference. I just know there's a difference in the price. And those sliders will fit other engine guards too. We get a lot of questions on that. You may already have engine guards like that and want those sliders. They generally, all of them are the same. Yeah, so we'd like to get down to Panama City, Mike. That'd be awesome. We have never, like, I've been to Panama City one time on a real quick vacation, right when I got back from Somalia, Africa, during Operation Restore Hope. We came back from that, and I got a short vacation, and I was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. So I made a quick trip down to Panama City to take a few days of R&R. And that's the only time I've been there. And good Lord, man, that was in what, 92, 93. So yeah, we'd love to get down there and have some time to actually just, go and ride. So yeah, if anybody's going to be in the Daytona, at the Daytona Bike Week, make sure to stop by us and see us. Steve, military biker, are you going to be there this year? I don't know if I saw that earlier or not. If you're going to be at Daytona. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, man. So we know Baggers and Brews is coming. And yeah, it'd be good to see you again, man. It seems like we've met a few times and it's been real quick and haven't been able to really hang out and talk and shoot shit. But anybody that's going to be in the Daytona area, man, if you want to stop by, and we'll be at the Harley Davidson. Advanblack will be set up at the Harley Davidson dealership this year. -30C. Yeah, that's about what we're working with, bro. It's cold, man. I can't wait to drive out of this crap. I've got an 18 Ram with a 6-inch lift on it and tires bigger than what I need. So we're not gonna have any problem getting out of the snow to get to Florida. 20 plus inches. Good Lord. Yeah, that's too much. That's I don't think my four-wheeler can even take on 20 inches of snow. Nice, yeah. Stop by and see us, man. Yeah, it's an insane amount of snow. There's no way. I mean, I freaked out when they said we were getting like 4 to 9 inches. I think we got we got at the very low end of that last time, maybe 4 inches. Just overnight. I mean, it was a big dump overnight, but it's going to do the same thing tonight, I think. But yeah. Yeah. I think, man, I don't know. I think if I would want to move anywhere, I swear I think it'd be freaking Arizona or something. I don't know. I know I'm not going anywhere. I'm just stuck in Southern Illinois, but you know, wishful thinking. Some dry heat would be cool. Yeah, I saw that snow came through and hit Florida, like parts of Texas, I think, Louisiana, Florida. That was crazy. I think when I was stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia, I think we got snow. That's in southern Georgia. I mean, that, and I think we only got snow maybe once, and I mean, it just kind of dusted the ground. So, yeah, we're sitting at, I think it said 12, feels like 2 degrees, not 2 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold as shit. I just hauled the trash can down the end of the drive last night and back up, and I couldn't feel my hands. This is ridiculous. Southern Missouri, yeah. Yeah, you're not too far from me, man. So are you around Cape Girardeau, Missouri? I used to have some family that lived in Cape. Ken, yeah, as a veteran. Yeah, was in the Army. Off to Virginia next week. Hopefully it's warmer over there. Recommend raking with a 21. No, you don't need to rake anything with a 21. Yeah, you're good. Put the 21 on there, raise that front fender up, or get a 21 inch wrapper, and you're good. We did the 21 on. We've got a 21 on our Street Glide. We've got a 21 on our Softail, our Heritage that we did the Vicla build on. Don't need to rake anything with that. Plenty of room in there. And we changed to an 18 rear, and then opted to go back to the 16 rear. The 18 rear looked good, but just not enough travel in between the fender and the bigger wheel and tire for me. Scared me. So I just went back to the 16. And it doesn't change. I mean, the bike still rides really, really good with a 1621 setup. I didn't have to change anything. All right, brother. You take it easy, and hope to see you at the next rally, dude. From the SoCal desert, yeah. Well, send some of that heat this way, man. Center console for 24. Don't know. The tank sides are different. I don't know about the length though. Yeah, I'd have to try it. I'd have to pop mine off and see if it fit on one of these, but I can definitely do that and try it. Little low profile dash that they got on there. Yeah, I hadn't even really thought about that. I don't know. A couple of things I gotta check. I'm check side covers and then check that tank. Yeah, Mike, thanks for stopping by, man. And like I said, if you see us around, definitely stop us. Even if we're just out walking around, stop us, man. I like to meet everybody. It's cool to get to meet people from YouTube because you know it's wild because like you guys see me, you know who I am, you notice me in public, but I don't get to see everybody, you know, and I don't know who's who. So it's very cool to get to meet people. We went to Texas probably about 3 months ago, and we had a layover in Dallas, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing's open. There's not shit to do. You know, we're bored. We had, I think, a 2-hour layover, and we're just kind of walking around because we were just bored. And there's a few people in there. You would think that airport would just be packed, but it wasn't. I mean, there maybe 2 dozen people. And we're just walking, and I saw this gentleman leaning up against the wall. He was talking on a cell phone. I didn't pay the guy a bit of mind. And the area was narrow where we had to walk through, and I just feel this guy grab my shoulder. I turn around, he was like, Steve. And I was like, hey, man, like, who are you? You know, like, he's like, oh, man, I love your YouTube channel. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it was neat. It's very cool to get to meet people, get to cut up with people and talk about bikes and, oh, hell, whatever, you know. So picked up a 15-year-old Roadglide special last year with only 880 miles, 16K. That's awesome. Hell yeah, that bike ain't even broke in, man. That's good. You're gonna love that bike. Mine's the 15 Roadglide that we have over there. We've done a full build on that thing. But we bought that used too. We bought it in 16. Same thing. Guy barely had any miles on it. His wife hated riding it. She wanted to buy a Jeep, so he pretty well cut it loose for what he owed on it, and that's how we got it. So, but absolutely love it. I mean, looks nothing like it did when I bought it, though. There's so much money in that thing. Ty Rogers doesn't like vivid black. Cringe. So, yeah. So Ty, I'm not a super huge big fan of vivid black either, but not my favorite. But this paint job is pretty cool. This paint job is pretty sick. I'll take the vivid black with that. You're very welcome, man. Thanks for stopping in today. And it was a kind of a last minute thing, and it's not super exciting, but it is kind of cool to get to. I haven't shot a video on the Sick channel, and man, it's been months. I took off for the holidays. It was important to me this year. Not just this year, it's just, when you work a full-time job and you run a YouTube channel and you're constantly trying to kick out videos, it's super time consuming. And after a while, A, you either get just burnt out, or B, you sit down and you realize how much you're missing of things that are super important to you. So when the holidays rolled around this year, I thought, that's it. I did Advanblack videos because those need to be done. But the stuff for sikbaggers didn't need to be done. I've got piles of parts sitting here ready to make videos on. So, I just decided that I wasn't going to do it. So, took a little break. That was nice. So we do have some videos coming up. We got, I can probably go over a couple of them. Of course, we got this. This is going on there. So we've got, I don't know if I'm going to split this into 1 or 2 videos. Can probably get it all done in one. A lot of my content seems to be kind of long, and the 25 to 35, 40 minute long, because it is complete install videos. And usually those longer videos, I try to pack as much information as I can in them and keep it as short as I can. But I also have to remember that a lot of us, including myself, including me, have the attention span of a rock. So, those long videos like that, unless you're absolutely, like, you're getting ready to do that install and you want to watch somebody do it first, you're going to watch the whole thing. But if it's just something you might be interested in doing, it's 1, 2, 3 minutes of a 35, 40 minute long video, and then you're off to something else. And that's fine too. It's there if you ever want to roll back around to it because you want to do that install. But, big stuff like this, and the video that I've got coming out next week, that video is pretty long. It's a handlebar video from Wings Customs, one of our newer sponsors. They've been amazing. It's a company out of Brazil that do custom handlebars. And that one's pretty long just because it has all internal cables, wires, brake, clutch, everything is internally in the handlebars. So we had to bleed down the whole brake system. The clutch had to be bled down. 14, 15, 16 have a hydraulic clutch, so had to bleed that all the way down, put all new cables on, fill it all back up, bleed it all. So a little bit time consuming. The front suspension on what, Brad? Because we do have a couple of front suspension videos already, but we are going to do one on this bike as well. I have the Fox drop-in cartridges for this 22 ST back here, so we will be doing that. So we're an 09 Electric Glide. So yeah, I do have a front suspension video already so we have to think about this in terms of year, not what bike it is, because the front forks are pretty well from 09 to 13 that had that certain size front fork. So we did one on a 13 Tri-Glide front end, which has the same front end as your Electric Glide. So we do have a video on tearing that completely apart, how to take the ignition out, all that stuff with the proper tools and do it the right way. Take it all apart. And we did some stuff, Race Tech springs, and I forget the valve. We put a valve in it and rebuilt it and put it all back on the bike. So pretty much the same thing. It would be the same install. 21 or 23 front wheel for comfort. 21, you can't beat a 21 inch wheel. 23s aren't horrible. If anybody ever comes in here and asks me about wheel size, 23 is fine. You have the added expense of having to rake your bike with a 23. So you have to keep that in mind. But there's a lot of bolt-on rake kits now, so it's not like you have to take it and have it chopped up and stuff and welded, and it's not that bad to do anymore, but you do have that added expense. And then anything, if you ride your bike more than just to town and back, I don't recommend doing anything bigger than a 23. And you'll have a lot of guys out there with 26s and bigger that say they've rode it from Sturgis to Florida, and that's fine. I've rode them, and I don't know, I wouldn't go that long with trip on. That's just my own personal opinion. Comfort wise, you can't beat a 21. It doesn't really change anything from your stock wheel. Even jumping from a 16 to a 21 on some of the older bikes, I don't notice a whole lot of difference in it. 23 is not that much different. A little bit different lean angle going into corners. That's about it. Yeah, so that was kind of, he's talking about the comment there with the sport performance baggers and the wild paint jobs from the 70s and 80s. It's, you know, growing up, I built a ton of models, and I had an older uncle, of course, that got into modeling before I did. Now I'm talking, you know, probably junior high and younger, building model kits, and I got into building like the funny cars, you know, the drag race cars and all that stuff, because that's what he did. And I always looked up to him, and yeah, I would see his, you know, his dragsters and shit up on the shelf, and I was like, that's what I want to do, you know. So it was really cool seeing those paint jobs from back then, and even knowing some people that had went to live events back then and taken pictures and had them blown up into 8x10s and put them in the garage. It's very cool to see those old nostalgic pictures with those just badass paint jobs on those cars. So the performance bagger, and I'll be honest with you, you know, we built the 15 Roadglide, we built the 16 Street Glide. You know, we're working on that 24. We built that Vicla, and this bike, their performance bagger, is, I mean, look at me. I'm not a performance guy. I'm not freaking pulling wheelies and doing burnouts and shit, right? So to me, when I saw them, I was like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I can appreciate the time and the money and all the cool, intricate parts that go into a performance bagger. Would I walk in here and pass up any of my other baggers and get on that one? Probably not. not comfort wise, not for me and my wife. You know what I mean? So 15 years ago, I would have parked those other baggers outside and only rode that. So, yeah, it's just a difference. But there's a lot of guys my age. I mean, I'm not old. I'm not that damn old. I'm kind of old. But there's a lot of guys my age that still ride bikes like that. So, you know, good on them. And my body can't take it. There ain't no way I'm pulling wheelies on anything. But yeah, so I don't know. It's still cool. I like building it. It's still fun to ride it. I just wouldn't want to take it across the country, you know. And see if I missed anything, guys. I may end up cutting this one off. We've been on here about an hour and 15 minutes. But if anybody has any other questions, I mean, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm going to wrap up the day and probably get started on changing this stuff out tomorrow. But yeah, if anybody had any other questions on any of the Advanblack stuff or fitment or anything like that, I'll try to help you best I can. Like I said, if you guys are going to be in Daytona, make sure to stop by the Advanblack booth. Eddie will be there. He's one of our dealers. He'll be there set up with the Advanblack booth at the Harley-Davidson dealership. So make sure you stop by there and see him. Best place for used Takeoff parts here, right here. Just come up here. Because every time I change parts on somebody's bike, they don't want to take their old shit with them. They end up leaving everything. I'm kidding. They do, but yeah. Takeoff parts, I mean, really, I mean, if you're wanting to, like I usually, if you're looking for something specific, eBay, you know, that's where I go to, but yeah, it's unbelievable amount of stuff that people leave here. And I tell them, hey, when your wife brings you tonight to pick up your bike, make sure that you load all this other stuff in her car before she leaves. And of course, they're out of the driveway before they even make it into the shop. Because I watch them on camera and I'm like, well, I just inherited that set of pipes and set of handlebars and saddlebag guards and whatever the hell else they leave here. But I have fortunate enough to have a welder buddy that does some pretty cool stuff with those Takeoff parts. So he gets all my Takeoff stuff. Dad wants to change the bars on 20 Ultra Glide. The handlebars are, I mean, they're not, handlebars aren't hard to do. I need to do a new video on the Batwing fairing. It's been a long time. I don't even know if my Batwing fairing, I may have even taken that video down because it was shot so long ago. Back, if you go back to my old videos, this shop was just this half of the shop, and it was literally just brown walls with freaking ladders hanging on the wall, freaking lawnmower in the corner, and a kayak stuck to the ceiling. There's just, I had 2 light bulbs in here, no heating and air. So shops came a long way, but and so the videos. So some of those older videos I just kind of took down because I was like, you can't even see what the hell I'm even doing. So rather than get a bunch of thumbs down on old videos, I think I probably just took that down. But I am going to redo as soon as I get a Street Glide or a Batwing fairing in here to do stock cables, 12s, 12-inch, and then you're still going to want to get the extensions for your thumb controls. I think they're 10 inches. Harley sells them, Drag sells them. There's a bunch of different companies that sells those extensions. You can get them on JP Cycles, Revzilla, at Harley. And it's just the 2 that are going to attach to your thumb control switches that come around and attach to the bottom of the radio. You're going to want to extend those because if you don't, I mean, you're going to play hell getting them plugged in. So it's just easier to get them and plug them in. But as far as the rest of the stuff, you can go 12s. I've seen guys stretch 14s. I won't do that. If you go 14s, we're going to change everything. It's just stuff's too tight. Yeah, remember all that with a fixed fairing or with a fairing that moves like that on a street glide, you've got a lot of stuff up there moving. And when you're turning that and you're stretching all those cables, I don't like that. So completely up to you though. I run 10s on mine. 10s are going to be right below the fairing. 12s are going to be slightly above the fairing where your mirrors are, and then 14s on up. And there's some really good pictures. I think KST has a really good picture of all the bikes sideways with different size handlebars on it, so you can get a good idea of where you want it. But just a general rule of thumb, 10s are going to keep your back of your hand is going to be pretty much even with the edge of the fairing, and then your 12s are going to put you slightly over the fairing and then on up. So 10s and 12s are pretty common. So I like to look at your seat. It's a possibility of developing a tall guy seat for my husband. So we do have the tall guy seat. It's the Pro Monkey seat. It's not mine. It is shaped completely different. It's a pattern on it's completely different. I don't know that they'll do one with the looks of mine, but on the style of that seat, I don't think they will. You know, we got up with Pro Monkey. TJ, he's a taller guy, so fits him perfect. I struggled to set on it. I'm not tall enough for a tall guy seat like that, and I'm 6 foot. So, but yeah, I don't know that they'll do my style seat on, or my style cover, I guess, on his style seat. But hopefully, one and a half down there. Can you install some tank badges? Hey, absolutely. Hey, I have done quite a few tank badges. So if you want to bring it down here when it warms up and we'll put them tank badges on there, I have no problem with it, man. I've installed so many sets of those things. So, yep, we can definitely do it. Shifter is sticking down when he shifts into first or downshifts. So it's an M8 robot? So yeah, I mean, it could be. I have a video. It's not on the Milwaukee 8, but it's pretty much the same thing on the twin cam where that shift lever is. Take your shift levers off, take the shifter link in the back off, pull the spline out on the M8s. It's a very small spot that the spline runs through. The twin cams is a lot bigger, but it's just a piece of the inner primary. It's casted into that, so you can always take that out and clean that. And there's also bushings inside there as well, so you can check those bushings, that there's not maybe something's got in there and jammed up that shifter, or scratched the bushings, anything like that. That's quick and easy. Couple of Allen wrenches, pull that stuff apart, clean it, inspect it. If you have to, pop the bushings out, get new bushings for it, and then go from there. You can also, in the rear where it goes down in the back, so get a light and shine it down in there, get your head in there the best you can. On the inside of the inner primary where that shaft goes down, make sure there's not a rock in there. I've seen rocks fly up or bolts that fell out of the battery compartment that people have dropped and left in there, and it falls out and it falls in that hole. And if you get something in there and you shift, you've got your lever coming back this way and this lever coming down, and this goes over and it gets caught on whatever is down here, and then it kind of sticks. So make sure that area down there is clean as well. It does go all the way through, but if it's a big enough rock or bolt, it could just be sitting in there goofy and jam up that shifter. If it's not those two things, you got something internal going on. But those are two quick and easy things that you can check real quick. Clean up that front end, make sure nothing's sticking in the rear. But if you have to take the rear out, you're taking outer primary off, inner primary off, you're taking clutch, everything has to come out to get to that rear one. So all right, guys. Someone wanted to put the badges on. I'm about to take mine off and interferes with my... Kind of funny what comes up to see join live. Yeah. Yeah, so like this, well, that tank back there, since I've got that tank on there, I've taken there's no badges on it. I don't plan on putting any in it. Same with the paint set for this one. It's going to be the same cutout tank, no badges. It looks pretty cool. A lot of people pull badges on their bikes. I mean, we know it's a Harley. If you know anything about a bike, you know it's a Harley. And Harley's not paying me to keep that emblem on the side of it. So, you know, if it bothers you, by all means, take that thing off. But I am going to wrap this one up, guys. We've been almost an hour and 30 minutes, but I appreciate everybody stopping by, checking out the unboxing. Stay tuned for, you know, the install videos on all this. I'm going to try to do the best I can to get all of this stuff in one video on the ST and then get some pictures up. And so, but I appreciate everybody coming by. Heck, just sitting here talking, we've lost about half the people, but I know it's dirt today and it's work time. So I get it. Last minute spontaneous live. So, you know, make sure to, I don't know if you just jumped on because you saw it on YouTube and it was live, but make sure to check out our Facebook group. If you're in our Facebook group and you've noticed an abundance of people joining, and it's not a lot of it, it's about half and half right now. Half used to be coming from just the YouTube videos and me telling people to go to the Facebook group. But for some reason, Facebook has really pushed our group. I haven't ran any ads or anything like that for our group, but it's filling up quick. Yeah. So, hey, after the live is over, Gunsmoke, I think that, yeah, Gunsmoke. So after the live is over, this will go into an actual video on the channel. So if you want to just go through and skip through it and see if you miss anything. But the video will be on our channel after the live is over. Sorry about that. You know, I do have to kind of get back to work, and I'm sure there's other things and that you guys could be doing besides looking at all this. So, but I do appreciate everybody coming by, and I hope to see you in the Facebook group or see you back here in the next video. Until then, I hope you all stay safe. And like I said, if you come down to Florida, to Daytona, make sure to come by the booth, Advanblack booth over at the Harley Davidson, and meet us, talk to us. We'll shoot the shit, shake hands, share a bottle of water, because I don't drink anymore. So I hope to see you down there. I'll see you guys. I appreciate you.